Thanks to those of you from the campus who came out today. We decided to bill it a little bit differently and say come and watch some March Madness games as well as hear our coaches talk. For those of you who haven't been before, we do this once a month. It's usually the third Thursday of the month, right at noon. Come in here, hear the coaches of the season talk for the most part, and have a little lunch. And we appreciate the folks at the landing and the work that they do to get us fed quickly and out of here so folks can get back to work. And we're glad to have the baseball guys here today. We gave you a little break from eating in the calf, so thanks for coming out. Appreciate that. What we'll do is, I don't really have any updates I want to give you except to try to come out to the games we have remaining and the spring events that we have. It's hard to believe that it's already spring break and we've only got about 7-8 weeks left in the semester, and then some of these guys and some of our other student athletes will actually be graduating, which is hard to believe. But we have a lot of spring sports left to play, and I think we'll start out with Coach Tom, and then Paul, and then Dustin, and then we'll finish up with Coach Stockton. You guys just give us a little bit of a spring update. Thanks.
I want to thank you all for coming out today, and just to echo what Dr. Bailey said, it's a beautiful day, great day to be a Cardinal. I won't be too long-winded today, but we did just conclude our indoor track and field season. We had our first opportunity to compete in the Great Lakes Valley Conference Championship, and we were able to bring home the first Great Lakes Valley Conference Championship titles in the college's history. The first individuals to claim that honor are Alex Hughes, Clint Ettier, Chris Speed, and Josh Duncan. They won the 4x200 meter relay. That was in Kenosha, Wisconsin, at Wisconsin Parkside. Not to be outdone by his teammates, senior Logan Petts also won the title in the men's heptathlon, which is 7 events contested over 2 days. So he also brought home a Great Lakes Valley Conference title. We had 2 women who were named to the all-conference team, Jessica Borey and Sarah Shippey. We had Brittany Riley was named to the second all-conference team. And then those 5 individual men that I just mentioned were named to the Great Lakes Valley Conference first all-conference team. So we had a very successful indoor season, a great way to kick it off. Our ladies finished 5th out of 11 teams. Our guys finished 8th out of 11 teams. When you hear those numbers, 5th place was only 6.5 points behind Missouri S&T, who took 4th place. And so the ladies were right there doing real well. Our biggest weakness, as I've said before, was just a lack of depth, and my assistant Sean and I were working really hard to recruit and to bring in new athletes and take care of the depth, so we have more athletes and are able to compete better, and that's going really well. I can't elaborate on that too much. And then for the guys team, it was a very close team race. The guys were 8th place, but they were less than 15 points away from 5th place, and so right there in the mix, a couple things fall one way for one team, fall the other way for another team. That can be the difference at the end of the day. So felt real good about that indoor season. As we look forward to the outdoor season, we'll start off next Saturday with the Baker Relays. Hopefully we'll have some of this beautiful weather then, but I have a feeling, knowing Missouri, once everyone gets back next week, we'll be back to rain and wind, but I hope not. And then we'll look forward to our home meet on April 14th. That's the Darrell Gorley Open, named in honor of Coach Darrell Gorley. And that'll be our only home meet of the year, so I encourage you to come out, support the track athletes in their only home contest, and everything we do from here on out will to be build and prepare for the Great Lakes Valley Outdoor Conference Championship. That'll be at St. Joseph's College in Rensselaer, Indiana. Hope you guys stay, watch some basketball, and I appreciate you coming out, and thanks for all your support.
Thanks again for coming out to the luncheon today. Give you a little update on the tennis program. Men's tennis team right now is 6-2. Women's team is 5-2 as we get going. We just had a really good momentum swing going into spring break. We beat both teams beat the University of Nebraska Kearney, which were NCAA national qualifiers last year. Both teams. Nebraska Kearney's women were ranked 43rd in the nation at the time. And then the big highlight for me on the men's match of that match was our #1 men's doubles team defeated Nebraska Kearney's #1 men's doubles team, who was ranked #2 in the nation in NCAA Division II. So that was a huge win for our program and a good way to get spring break started. We usually take a spring break trip, but we decided kind of not to take one this year, and having spring the weather around here. I wish I'd have kept my players around here to have practice all week, but we're looking forward to getting started back next week. We play Baker on Tuesday to kind of renew that old Heart of America rivalry. And then we have Missouri Valley College at Clayview Country Club on Friday. And then we start our very first conference match that Saturday against Rockhurst. And then from there on, we'll dive right into our Western Division conference matches. So we're looking forward to a great spring, and best of luck to the baseball team. I know you guys have a great start to your year, and hope you guys have a great weekend this weekend. And thanks again for coming out.
Give you a quick update on our softball season. We are currently 8-7 on the year and 3-3 in the conference. We certainly feel like our potential is much better than our record right now reflects. We made it through the cross-divisional side of our conference, 3-3, and they really kind of had their way with our side. So don't feel great about that, but certainly feel like we've gotten through that part. We start our first inter-division conference games this weekend with UMSL and Maryville at home. We'll be at home on Saturday at noon and Sunday at noon. So looks like the weather's going to be great. We'd love to see some fans out there. I know baseball plays at home as well. It's a great day to go back and forth and see both teams play at our home field. So thanks for coming out. Best of luck to everybody this year.
I'd like to thank everyone for being here today. Especially like to thank Beverly Search for picking up the tab for the baseball team. Guys, our season started a couple weekends ago down in Arkansas, where we went 1-3, but we felt like we played extremely well and could have gotten out of there with a couple more victories. Since that time, we have won 7 out of our last 9 ball games, and I feel like our potential is really, we're really getting some momentum, and hopefully going to take off this weekend. We play our first ever conference games Saturday and Sunday, and hope you can all make it. Thanks for being here.